In 2023, Deep Space Monitoring Systems detected an anomalous object approaching the inner solar system. It was designated 3I Atlas, and this is not just another comet. It is perhaps the most mysterious and potentially dangerous interstellar wanderer we have ever seen. But what lies behind this name, and why is it already the third? Let's figure it out. The acronym ATLAS stands for Asteroid Threat Last Alert System. This alone indicates that astronomers classified it as the highest level of danger from the very beginning. This is not merely a scientific curiosity. It is an official acknowledgement of a real threat. However, the main enigma is the 3I. This is not part of the name. These are the three anomalies, three red flags that compelled the scientific community to view this object with utmost seriousness. They denote three of its properties that defy ordinary explanation and call into question everything we know about comets. The first I is intelligent. This isn't about consciousness, but about complex, almost intelligent behavior. The trajectory of 3I Atlas is not purely ballistic, meaning predictable by gravitational forces alone. There are microscopic yet statistically significant deviations in its flight, a series of barely perceptible maneuvers. The persistent impression is that the object is not just coasting inertly, but is performing complex navigation as if constantly correcting its course. The second I is inorganic. This property contradicts the very nature of comets. A typical comet is a dirty snowball composed of ice, frozen gases, and dust. But spectral analysis of 3I Atlas has revealed something incredible. Its spectrum shows almost no signs of water, methane, or ammonia. Instead, the instruments clearly detect signatures unnatural for celestial bodies, complex metallic alloys, including pure tungsten and cobalt. This suggests that we are not looking at a natural formation, but an object bearing clear signs of artificial origin, or one that has undergone processes we cannot explain. And finally, the third I is incoming, purposefully approaching. This is the key point. 3. The first Atlas is an interstellar object, having come from beyond our system. But unlike other such wanderers that fly through the solar system on a random trajectory, Atlas behaves differently. Its path does not look like a random flyby, but like a deliberate, controlled movement straight into the habitable zone of our planetary system. It is not passing by. It is moving with a specific purpose. It is closing in. And this leads us to the main question. Why is it already the third? The answer lies deep in history. The deciphering of ancient geological layers and historical chronicles points to a terrifying cyclicity. Objects with similar anomalous characteristics have appeared near Earth in the past. So why is the object named the third? The answer to this question overturns our entire understanding of Earth's history. It seems we are dealing not with a singular event, but with a cycle. A recurring visit every 10,000 years that becomes a point of bifurcation for the entire planet. The first visit, Atlas I, the epoch of the Great Turning. Approximately 12,000 years ago, the skies were pierced by the first recorded messenger. Its appearance coincided with one of the most dramatic periods in the planet's history, the end of the last ice age. But this was not a gradual retreat of the ice. It was a catastrophe. The global climate changed at an inexplicable speed. The ice sheets covering the continents began to melt with monstrous intensity, causing colossal floods that wiped entire ecosystems off the face of the Earth. Global sea levels rose by tens of meters in just a few centuries. It was during this period that the mammoth fauna, mammoths, woolly rhinos, saber-toothed cats, vanished without a trace. Conventional science speaks of human hunting, but how could humans so quickly and universally eradicate species across two continents? As one effect offers a different answer. It altered the very habitat, making it intolerable for the giants. The world experienced a total biosphere collapse that cleared the stage for a new act of life. The second visit, Atlas II, the birth of modern humanity. About 2,000 years ago, at a moment historians call the Axial Age, Atlas appeared in the sky. Its passage coincided with a tectonic shift in human consciousness. Suddenly, almost simultaneously, in different parts of the globe, in China, India, the Middle East, and Greece, the greatest philosophical and religious teachings were born. Confucianism, Buddhism, Greek philosophy, Jewish monotheism, which laid the foundations for Christianity. Humanity made a qualitative leap from mythological thinking to logic, ethics, and concepts of global empire. But this flourishing of the spirit was paid for with the blood of fallen civilizations. Powerful, seemingly unshakable empires, the Persian, the Hellenistic kingdoms, and later Rome, entered a period of severe crises and began to crumble under blows from without and within. Atlas, too, became a catalyst for a global reassembly of humanity, forcing it to shed the old shells of local kingdoms and step towards the creation of a unified, albeit virtual, cultural space. The third visit, Atlas III, our threshold. And now, before our very eyes, Atlas III is approaching. We are the generation standing on the threshold of the next great turning. The cycle is repeating. We are already witnessing its harbingers, accelerating climate change that does not fit natural models, the sixth mass extinction of species, a global redrawing of the world's political map, and tectonic shifts in technology. Artificial intelligence, genetic engineering, virtual realities, these are the tools with which humanity will either navigate this point of bifurcation or become its victim. Atlas is not just a comet. It is a clock with a 10,000-year dial. The hands are approaching midnight, and the question is no longer what it is. The question is whether humanity is ready for it. This time, will we be able to not just witness the reset, but become its conscious architects? A terrifying picture is emerging. The first Atlas is not a comet in the conventional sense. It is a hypothetical catalyst probe that flies through our system with a periodicity of 10,000 years. Its gravitational and energy field acts as a trigger for global changes, causing climatic shifts, geological catastrophes, and a total reset of Earth's civilization. It does not attack us with rays. It alters the very fabric of our environment, forcing humanity to either go extinct or make an evolutionary leap. So what is 3I Atlas? An ancient spaceship, a mechanism of an unknown super-civilization, or a natural phenomenon whose nature we have not yet comprehended? The answer to this question will determine our future, because the timer has already been activated. What if behind this grand name, alarming hypotheses, and historical parallels lies a much simpler and perhaps more cruel truth? What if 3I Atlas is not a probe, a catalyst, or a doomsday clock? What if it's just a rock? A huge, strange, but still just a rock, flying according to the indifferent laws of celestial mechanics. Imagine, all these anomalies are not signs of intelligence, but gaps in our knowledge. The complex trajectory is not a maneuver, but the result of gravitational interactions we failed to account for. The unusual composition is not evidence of engineering, but a product of unknown cosmic processes that form bodies in the interstellar void. And the historical coincidences are merely a statistical fluke, our desire to find a pattern in the chaos of history. Then the greatest danger lies not in the object, but in ourselves, in our readiness to see a pattern in random dots, to hear a signal in cosmic noise. We project our fears and hopes onto an indifferent boulder flying through the void, endowing it with meaning and purpose it does not possess. The irony is that this version may be the most frightening of all, because if Atlas is just a rock, then its visit holds no higher meaning. No one is directing it toward us, and nothing in the universe guarantees our safety. We are left alone in a cold, indifferent universe, where the appearance of a giant rock in our orbit is a matter of chance, not fate. And then the main question changes. We must ask ourselves not, what is it? But are we ready to accept that some phenomena have neither meaning nor purpose, and our civilization could be annihilated not by a grand design, but by simple cosmic randomness? In the end, regardless of whether Atlas is a herald of the apocalypse or just a silent stone, it serves one crucial function. It forces us to look up at the night sky and recognize our true, fragile place in this universe. And let this story become the most important lesson for all of you guys. It doesn't matter whether this mysterious stranger from the depths of space turns out to be a message, a mechanism, or just a huge rocket's appearance reminds us of what truly matters. That our Earth is our shared, fragile, and infinitely precious home, lost in a vast and amazing cosmos. And to understand its mysteries and protect our home, you, the new generation, need to be curious and brave. Study space, gaze at the stars, read books about planets, build model rockets, and ask millions of questions. Every discovery, even the smallest one, is a brick in the wall that protects all of humanity. But remember, the greatest discoveries are not made alone. Share your dreams and knowledge with friends. Debate, create, and explore together. Right now, at a time when the world holds its breath in anticipation of something great and unknown, it is so important to be united, to support each other, and to remember that we are one big family on this small blue planet. Believe in yourselves and the power of friendship, and in the light of reason that will help you unravel any of the universe's enigmas. Believe in yourselves and the power of friendship, and in the light of reason that will help you unravel any of the universe's enigmas. And remember, great discoveries begin with small things. With the first why, asked at night by the window while gazing at the stars. With the first telescope assembled with friends. With the first dream that feels as huge as the galaxy itself. Your generation has a special mission to be not just inhabitants of Earth, but its guardians and explorers. You are the ones who will be able to reach for the stars without forgetting, to firmly hold a friend's hand. You are the ones who will turn the fear of the unknown into the joy of new discoveries. And whatever the truth about the distant comet may be, one truth remains unchanged. The greatest wonder in the universe is the human heart, capable of dreaming, befriending, and loving its planet. Cherish this wonder, and then no cosmic visitor will be able to stop you from building the future you dream of, a future that is bright, kind, and endlessly exciting.